What's up, LEGO builders? Welcome back to Coconut's Kingdom for week 1 of my mock building castle series. Should probably come up with a good name for it. But as you can see, I've already got a lot done. I probably should have started filming before I started building, but oh well, we're here now. So this is the size of the mock, and I kind of drew out a little mock-up of what I want this to look like. So you can see I'm going to have a tower right here and a tower right there, and then in between that is going to be a wall, and then we'll have a drawbridge and portcullis area right here in the center. That's going to bridge a moat of water right here. And then on this side of the moat, we're just going to have like a cobblestone path or a dirt path of some kind leading from the drawbridge off to the other end of the mock. Then on this side is just going to be like a green flat space. We're going to have like a little cornfield over here, some kind of vegetables growing. And then over here on this side, I'd like to have like a farmer leading away a flock of sheep, because we're going to have two armies facing off right here. We're going to have the Bear Knights on this side and the Black Falcons on this side. So they're going to be defending their castle, and the king is coming out to see what these guys want. So now that you guys kind of know what's going on here, you can see I've already started on the green area. This dark bluish gray section represents where the moat's going to be, and then this side is where the castle is going to be. And speaking of castles, you can see I've got a big chunk of castle done already. I built this to kind of just test out a bunch of different techniques and styles and stuff for building medieval builds, because I haven't built a castle in years. So I looked up online some different techniques, and I found a really cool technique from this dude's castle on YouTube. I'll put a link to it down below in the description, but he used these light bluish gray cylinders to create a rounded edge on these corners, which allowed you to build a brick wall and then connect them and then basically build them at an angle with these rounded studs in between. This allows you to kind of get this hexagonal shape. So you can see it's straight, comes in an angle, straight, angle, straight. And you're able to do that with these studs. And you do need to use a bunch of these little pieces as well, these round 1x2 kind of plate looking things. But overall, I'm really happy with how it looks, because it gives these edges kind of a textured and masonry look. So that just adds more detail and helps make the wall look less boring. I also sprinkled in a bunch of masonry brick and these bricks, and I've also been experimenting with different kinds of tiles and plates on the front to add more texture. These will change as we go. You can see I got two different styles right here. We've got less detailing on the front here, more detailing on this side. I like the more detailing on this side. However, I don't like the bigger 1x2 bricks. I think I'm mostly going to stick to the 1x1 pieces, as well as some of these light bluish gray ingot pieces. So this is not actually going to be in the mock. I'm going to be taking this down and rebuilding a castle area on this side, but I just wanted to practice. I've actually been working on this for a while, so it was built before the mock was even started. Now, before I end the update, I kind of want to show you my two armies that I have so far. So on this side, we have the Bear Knights. This is the Series 15 CMF Bear Knight. These guys look really cool. As soon as I saw them, I was like, oh man, gotta have some of these guys in my army. I really like the dark green and how it complements the red of the shield. So I've got 7 of these guys, but I have a bunch more on the way. This is their leader. He's got a cape in the back and then this sweet piece of armor in the front, just kind of giving him, that extra bad guy look. I do also have a couple of pennants right here to represent this faction. We've got some flags, and this one is kind of a tile-built flag. Over here on this side, we have the Black Falcon faction. So this is my king right here in front with the crown, and then he's got his royal guard on either side. These guys aren't finished, that's why the shields are mismatched. And then behind them we've got a row of swordsmen, a couple row of spearsmen, and then some archers there in the back. So these are the two forces that will be facing off. So I think this pretty much sums up everything I've got done so far. I think you guys are all caught up to speed. You guys kind of know what's going on here. So I'm going to get back to work on this, and then I will check back in when I have more to update you guys with. Okay, I got the whole front part plated off and the path put in. I have some soldiers set up on the path here to kind of show you guys a better visual picture of what I plan on doing. So I'm going to have the Bear Knights on this side, and then the Black Falcons over here on this side, just facing off here in the center. And then we'll have more Black Falcon Knights trailing off into the castle. Obviously, I'll have more Bear Knights as well. I just wanted to put them on here so you guys can kind of see like what that was going to look like better. Here's a better look at the path. I decided to go with dark tan underneath just because I don't do that as often. I typically go with dark reddish brown. I felt like mixing it up, and I felt like this would be a cool color palette. And I wanted to signify that this is kind of like a step above a dirt road, because I was thinking about doing a dirt path that led up to the front of the castle, and then I realized that would be kind of dumb to have like this giant castle right here and the drawbridge comes down and like basically the driveway of the castle is a dirt path. So I'm going to be putting in a cobblestone path using 1x1 and 2x2 round plates and tiles. I've got a lot of them on here. I used up pretty much all the ones I have, and I'm going to need to buy more, but I feel like it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks like a cobblestone path, and it'll be a step above a just plain dirt path. I also have these 1x bricks placed on the side. These are just to add texture and detailing to the side. When I originally built this path, I didn't have them and it looked too straight and just too advanced. I wanted this to look a little bit more dilapidated and kind of blending into the natural surroundings. I didn't want it to look like, a paved asphalt road. Up here in the front, I raised the path a little bit, and I did that because the castle is going to be up higher than this surrounding area, and I don't want the drawbridge to have to come down too far at an angle. I want it to be as level as possible. Coming down a little bit lower than the castle will be all right, but I didn't want it to be super steep. So I'm adding plate here, and I'll continue to add more if I need it, but I can always figure that out more once I start to put the castle in. I just wanted to see what that would look like, and you can see I've kind of got tiles piled around the sides to make it look like they had to heap up a bunch of dirt, and then that'll all be then I'll finish putting the cobblestones on once I get more of those in. I also raised the terrain right here in this kind of middle area, and I did that because I just wanted to add a little bit more texture and detail to the mock. I didn't want this whole thing to be flat, and it won't make that much of a difference, but I feel like once I get this all tiled and textured, it'll look a lot better than if it was just flat. I may even go up a little bit higher right here when I put the field in, or maybe a little bit higher over here. We'll see. I'll try putting something in. Maybe if I like it, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll tear it out. That wraps up this episode. I'm really happy with how much progress I made in the first week, especially with this frame. I honestly was not looking forward to doing it, and that was one of the reasons why I delayed starting this project. But I feel like it turned out well, and I think one of the reasons is because I decided to go really simple with the frame and like what parts I used. On my last mock, the Seleucami one, I tried to get super fancy with the freeform edge, put in all kinds of bricks and slopes and stuff, and it didn't look as good. But I just went simple here. You can see I just used slopes, plates, and tiles just over and over again. I even used the same patterns, and I feel like it turned out all right. It doesn't look boring. It still looks good, and I just feel like it looks much more appealing, and it just overall creates a much more cohesive frame for the mock. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to let me know what you thought about episode 1, as well as the castle, the whole idea, and the techniques. And of course, if you liked this video, don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future content. But until next time, happy building.